Hi, welcome back. Battle Matt here. So, second video today, and this is going to be a army showcase. And I'm just going to basically showcase my Lancastrians for the Wars of the Roses. These are all Perry miniatures. Been painting them over the last 6 or 7 weeks or so. Okay, nice bit of festive cheer with the Christmas tree in the background there. Okay, and yeah, I'll take you through what I've done so far. This is just showing the painting really, and the army, the units. I'm still got to base these. I've still got to kind of put all the flock on and add the banners, etc. And that's going to be the next step. So this is kind of almost a before and after video. This being the before video, of course. Okay, so start with the guys at the front. These are the men at arms. These will be literally out the front, as you know. Okay, so all Perrys, men at arms, and you notice they're in black and red. That's because I've chosen the colours of Sir Henry Percy, who is the Earl of Northumberland, who was one of the Lancastrian leaders. And of course there were about 3 different Henry Percys, and as they kept dying, another Henry Percy took their place over the course of the Wars of the Roses. So depending on which part of which campaign you're playing over the 40 or 35 years of the all the different wars, then you can play a different Henry Percy. So it's a really good Lancastrian army to choose, because it doesn't matter which period you're playing in, you can always play a Henry Percy, Earl of Northumberland. So, men at arms. These are gunners. These are Perry miniature gunners. These are going to be basically mercenaries. They're going to be German mercenaries or possibly Swiss mercenaries. I'm not decided yet, although I have done the little caps blue and white, so they're kind of edging towards Swiss, and I've done the legs black and yellow, so they're kind of Holy Roman Empire German mercenaries. So they will certainly be mercenaries, either German or Swiss. I'm not completely decided yet. Probably going to be German, Holy Roman Empire. These are also mercenaries. These are my Swiss Pike in blue and white. Now, blue and white is pretty much the colours that some of the banners are in. I'm not 100% sure they all would have been so uniform in the 15th century, but regardless, they're going to look good on the battlefield, you know, with their plumes in their caps and their pikes, etc. So, you know, I do a lot of ECW as well, so I do like a nice pike block. So these are my Swiss mercenary pikemen. These are my Swiss mercenary crossbowmen. Okay, so I've got basically 3 mercenary forces: crossbowmen, pikemen, and the handgunners, and they're really there just to kind of supplement the army. Okay, and they've got their, as you can see, they've got their Pavis shields on the back there. Okay, and I've done those in blue and white just to represent the fact that they are a unit. Now, I've got a little bit of an idea about these guys. I might give them a little bit of a backstory, might give them a commander who basically goes around hiring these men from the cantons in Switzerland, brings them over, and every time the unit is diminished, he goes back home and gets a few more and adds them to his unit. So I might give them a little bit of a backstory, personalise them a little bit. Okay, so then archers. Where would we be without bowmen in the Wars of the Roses? You know, 60 bowmen from Perry's, all basically trying to give them as much variety as I possibly could. And you'll notice that some of them are in the red and the black of the Earl of Northumberland's colours. There is retinue archers, and the other guys in the regular colours, well, they'll probably be the Shire archers, the men from the Shires, and those that are basically assayed from the Shires as we go around. Okay, so retinue men plus a few shiremen in the amongst the archers. 60 of those guys. Then I'm going to move on to the hobblers, or the Couriers, which are the kind of light horse of the Wars of the Roses. I've given them all lances, or rather, you know, spears. I just wanted them to be basically a kind of a skirmishing expeditionary force, really. They kind of go out and scout and maybe pick up any stragglers, that kind of thing. So they're not really intended to as a kind of clash or a impact troops. They're more kind of harrying, riding around, hassling the enemy as they go. Okay, so some of those also in the red and black of the Earl of Northumberland. Finally, Billman. And put them alongside some of the archers. You might have seen some of these earlier in the basing video. Again, some are in the black and red of the Earl of Northumberland. Okay, I really enjoyed painting these guys. These are probably the best ones that I managed to get done. And there are 20 of those. So in terms of the scales, we're probably looking at, we're looking at 60 archers, 20 billmen, 30 men-at-arms, which is probably too many men-at-arms actually in comparison with 60 archers. We've got only 8 crossbowmen and 12 handgunners and 16 pikemen, because I wanted them really to just be a supplementary force. They're not intended to be part really of the main army. They're kind of, they're mercenaries. They've been brought in to kind of top up the troops, as it were, add a little bit of flexibility. And I like the idea of a small kind of elite unit of tough fighters that have probably fought their way across Europe in various campaigns and slowly made their way to England, and now they find themselves in the army of the Earl of Northumberland on the Lancastrian side. So that is it really for the kind of showcasing of the Earl of Northumberland's Lancastrians. So I'm almost done with these. The only one I've got to add now is the heavy cavalry, the men at arms on horseback. I haven't quite finished those yet, so I want to get those done probably this week, and then I will add those. The other thing I've got to do now is to basically base all of these, add the flock and the heather and the grasses and all that kind of stuff to make it look nice. And then I'm going to do my little basing idea of using the magnetised strips on the bases and add them to the squares and put them into the movement trays. So hopefully the next video will be one where there's an entire unit, probably going to start with the billman actually, an entire unit which is based and flocked and is ready for battle. So I'm hoping at some point, maybe next year, I'll actually get to play with these. Okay, thanks a lot for watching. If you like this video and you enjoy what I'm doing so far, please give me a like and maybe subscribe. I'm going to have a few more coming up over the next couple of weeks. Basing and flocking will come next, and then I'm going to move on to English Civil War. Thanks a lot. Have a good day. Take care. Bye.